All right, perfect. So just wanted to kind of give a couple housekeeping tips. This is being recorded. I will take this information and have it available on YouTube. If you do not want to be on this stream, I would stop sharing my camera right now because it is being recorded. Hopefully you guys do keep your camera on. Other than that, if you have any questions, I like to use raise your hands, and definitely a very interactive webinar. Consider like a meeting, in-person meeting. Hopefully you guys feel comfortable to ask your questions immediately. I'm gonna try to play it by ear and see if everybody feels comfortable in the pace. I have a very diverse group from different backgrounds. I believe I have a couple people out of state as well. I know Mary is out of state. And let's see, what else am I forgetting? So other than that, if you could keep yourself muted and then unmute yourself if you do have a question. So I appreciate everybody here. A couple of my friends are here. I'm part of the Lions group, and I will be mentioning a couple events coming up also for the Lions group towards the end. All right, guys. So the intent of the webinar is to promote both businesses and volunteer groups. The other main focus is to help people with computer skills, and that's been something that has been a passion of mine. And I felt like this would be the best opportunity to get a feel and a sense for it. And it seems to be working, and there is interest. So the other goal for me long-term would be to create a senior webinar training session focused primarily for them. So a little bit of a diverse background, and definitely I have a handful of people here that have their own business, a couple clients or past clients that I have in here. And yeah, that's pretty much and let me kind of get into the agenda and share that in. So here's the agenda. We're going to start with introduction, which I already did. The next part is the computer skill. I'm going to be doing a hand notes in using that information over to a working document. If you have any questions after the 10 minutes, please email me, text me. I'd be more than happy to continue helping you guys through this exercise. Our guest speaker is here today, and that is Bobby. If you could wave, maybe you guys see yourselves in the screen, and Cody, and they're from Pinnacle Suite, and they will share more information regarding the products and services they do. Then we'll have our networking and interaction session. This is your opportunity to share with the audience what you do, any events coming up. This is your opportunity. Just feel free to have the platform for yourselves. And future endeavors and closing remarks. And I am giving a $25 Starbucks gift card to a lucky winner. So we will do a spin wheel at the end. So stick around. All right, so let me open up my device because I will be sharing this with you guys. So the idea of the hand notes came about primarily because I do a lot of handwritten notes. I don't know how many of you guys still do a lot of your note taking handwritten. If you guys could raise your hand if you guys still do a lot of note taking. I am horrible at transferring that information over to a like one location, and so I end up having a lot of notebooks with notes everywhere. And so I had to kind of reorganize how I do that. And the easiest way I've found so far is taking a picture of my notes and then uploading them onto Google Drive. From Google Drive, you are able to open up the document through Google Docs, and that converts into an OCR document, and it becomes a working Google Doc where you can now at this point edit on the computer. So If I go too fast again, please let me know if I'm going a little too fast. Let me share my screen on this one. And all these things that you guys see, let me know if anything does interest you to learn more. We're gonna go ahead and take a picture, make sure everything's in there. You take your picture. Unfortunately, for some reason, it doesn't allow me to share this view, but if you don't know how to upload to Google Drive, please let me know and I will take a couple more minutes to walk you guys through it. So that gets uploaded. Now, how many of you guys use business cards? I know I do. So I hate business cards because I got stacks and stacks, and sometimes when I'm looking for somebody's information, I found this to be the quickest and cheapest way to have all my business cards saved and cataloged, at any point in time. So again, you could do even 100 if you manage to get them all in the same view. Take a picture, upload it to Google Drive. Okay. All right, perfect. Let me make sure this gets uploaded. Right window. Can you guys see that? Perfect.
Yes, we can.
Awesome, thank you. Let me get our annotate notes. All right, so right on the, and let me know if I have any windows kind of covering the other side. Feel free to let me know. So here's the image we took. We're gonna click on the very right-hand side where it says more actions. Open with Google Docs. And what that's gonna do, it's gonna convert it to a working Google Doc where you could edit. You guys see that picture in there? Perfect. So I'm gonna pan down. So it's translated everything, or I should say it's converted the document over to the Google. It even captured the very bottom part, which I don't need. So let's see. I think this looks pretty yucky. I'm gonna right click, copy, or you could Control C. And how many of you guys use ChatGPT?
I do.
Maybe after this, you guys will start using it if you find it useful. Prompt on this one, very simple, very forward, pretty forward. Fix and organize this information to make sense on this. Doesn't make sense to me, but my prompt has been working. And I Control V or right click, paste. Everybody got that? Okay. So at this point, AI is doing its thing in converting my information that I just pasted from the Google Doc on over, cleaned it up. I could go one more step further, and let's say I want to create a more personalized schedule. So reorganize this, and I typed that wrong, so I'm just going to leave it there. Reorganize this information into time blocks between 8 a.m. to, let's say I want to end my day at 2 p.m. And AI is not going to care about my misspell, which I will show you. It won't. And there's an example of how it's organized my day. Easy peasy. We could go deeper into this lesson. I just wanted to kind of get you guys introduced to AI. This little clipboard, click it, it'll copy to your clipboard, bring it back in here, and I'm just going to clean this document. And now we're going to Control paste. I should clean up the font too. So I'm going to control, and I like to do normal text, and I'm done. And from there, you guys could make fonts bigger and everything looks better. So what do you guys think of that?
Very cool.
Awesome. Thank you.
What is it that
All
you typed
right, 10
into,
minutes. I was trying to achieve the 10-minute rule.
what was
That's
it you
great.
typed into Chat GPT? I didn't catch that.
Let me stop sharing. What
Organize.
what was the question?
What was it that you typed into Chat GPT?
So ChatGPT, you don't have a specific rule that you always have to use. Act like you're having a conversation with somebody. You type exactly what you need, and it's been doing so great in learning as more people use it as well. And the system is to uh, basically pick up anybody's, I guess even tone and way of asking things. It'll spew you back something. But typically I use fix, reorganize, things that you would normally use as instructions. And there are courses that do a little bit more. They're a little bit more intense, and those really bring out, a lot more information. So that's something that I do bring to the table as a marketing agent. I don't expect typically for the regular user to get that deep, but there are courses for that. And I'm more than happy to give you more info on that. Any other questions on this exercise? All right, let me roll over.
What was the app that you used to get the notes and the business card from your photos into the computer drive, the Google Drive?
Yeah, no, good question. So camera was the only app that I used, your regular phone camera. I thought, and this was through a trial and error, I had to buy a business card software or app, and I come across Google. Google has engineered a lot of software to make it seamless, where you could use everything through Google applications. So in this case, it was Google Drive, Google Docs, and ChatGPT that I used. I don't have time to go into the Gmail, but the way I also use Gmail is I speak into an email, and I just take all the notes, just speaking into it. And then because it's in there, I convert it into a checklist, or I send it off to ChatGPT to reorganize my thoughts pretty much. So yeah, it's been wonderful. It helps me to organize. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys um, those questions, and we are now going to move on to Pinnacle Suite. So before I do start, I'm really excited because this is our lesson one, our guest speaker, and we are having a lot of interest. I am happy to mention that October and November are already booked, and I will share more on that after our session. So go ahead, Cody and Robert from
Mhm.
Pinnacle Suite. Feel free to take the floor.
Sure. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Marisol. So we'll introduce ourselves quickly. So as she mentioned, we are Pinnacle Suite. My name is Robert Zulo, and my partner is Cody Keeley. Cody, you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
So we founded Pinnacle Suite together, and what we really do is we have a software that is really beneficial for helping businesses to manage their time and their business in general, as well as to market themselves to really help themselves grow over time. So we work with small local businesses as well as mid-sized businesses that are looking for ways to scale and to grow with more clients, right? Because it's not an easy thing to do. So I'm going to share my screen in the software. Now we're going to use it as a vehicle for education here. So the principles that we're going to go over here, likely you can maybe achieve in some other way, but because we can do it all in our software, we found it would be the easiest way to show you all what we're talking about. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Marisol, I need permission to be able to do that. So if you will, for just a moment, let me know when I can.
Okay, try again.
Okay, wonderful. We should be good. Hopefully you can all see here what I'm seeing. So we are in the Pinnacle Suite software now, which is what we provide to our clients as well as our services, which I won't speak too much about today. But we won't be going over everything here, but just a few things that I think can be relevant to this webinar that can help you guys with your businesses, or if you're an entrepreneur, principles that you can apply to be able to build and grow your business. So the first thing we want to discuss is contact management, which is really important. You've probably heard the term CRM before, which is part of our software. It's certainly not the whole picture, but it's something where you can have a place where you're not using pen and paper anymore, or your personal cell phone, to manage all your contacts, your clients, and those people that you're doing business with, right? It's so important to not lose any of that information, to not forget about anybody that you're supposed to be working with, and to not feel like you're unorganized in any way when it comes to business. You want to be rock solid. So I'm showing here the contacts tab, which I'm in one of our accounts. You might notice everything is blurred out. That's because we are in the privacy mode. But rest assured, this is real data that we're looking at here. So what a CRM generally will do is it will provide you the tools to enter your contacts in an easy way and keep them there for as long as you need them. So in this case, we have name, phone number for those that we have this information for, as well as email. Maybe the date that we created these contacts is important to us, and the last time that we heard from them. Maybe it was a text message 2 weeks ago, maybe it was an email a week ago. Things like this, you can of course tag them as well. So this business in particular has 3,756 records. That is far too much to maintain in just your personal cell or on pen and paper. So in the event that you're looking to scale and you're really looking to work with more clients, it is so important to have that information in one place where you don't lose anything. Equally as important is to be able to reach out to all of those clients whenever you need to, whether you want to reach out to just one or multiple. We can do that here. Usually you can do that in any kind of CRM. So for example, we can choose to send an SMS. We can send to a campaign. So maybe we have an email marketing campaign going in this other part of the software we haven't covered yet. But if we want to, we can choose right here who will enter that marketing campaign, or even send them an email. And of course, like I said, it's also important to be able to do this in bulk. If you're trying to reach 100 people with some kind of text offer maybe that you're doing, you don't want to have to type it out 100 times and send it to all your different contacts. You want to be able to do that in bulk all at the same time, which is what you can do here. So again, the real point to take here is that you need to manage your contacts very wisely. You don't want to forget about anybody that you are working with or you want to be working with in the future. Now, you all know there are multiple channels where you can interact with your clients or potential customers or even business partners. Now, what I mean by multiple channels means, let's say social media. We all know how important it is these days as an entrepreneur or a business owner to be on socials. So we're talking about things like Facebook or Instagram or Google My Business, TikTok, all of these, right? Business can come from any of these digital sources that, especially with young people, are so popular these days that you can really generate a lot of business through it. So the problem with that is that now, instead of just working through email or instead of just working through text, businesses have to work with conversations that are on those social media apps, Instagram, Facebook. Again, all of these, they're in separate places, and that's a pain to have to go and check up to 6 or 7 different channels every day. It's too much for one person, and a lot of times it's even too much to do for a team. So what I've done here is I've entered our conversations tab where we have integrations with all of your socials most likely. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and filter. Now we can see on the left here a list of conversations that we have going on. You can see this little icon here means that it came from the email source. But if I choose to filter here, in our software in particular, you can see a variety of things. Maybe we want to see if the last message came through the email channel, or maybe we want to see if it came through text. Google My Business, again, I don't want to be redundant, but those I mentioned already, we can select, let's just say SMS. Here we've got another little icon. This indicates that it was a text conversation, and we can see where was the last time we talked with someone and why we're doing business with them, right? Sometimes we have specific things happening on Facebook or specific things happening on Instagram where if we see they came from that channel, we know exactly how to address them, right? So it's important to not have to go to a bunch of different places to access your conversations with your customers, right? You want to be able to do all of that in general in the same place, which is something we love about our conversations tab. Now, again, we're using this as a vehicle. There are other places you may be able to do this, but to do it all in the same place, we find was pretty rare, which is why we felt the need to develop this software. So we've gone over contacts and managing your conversations with them. So important as well is marketing to those contacts. So we have here the marketing tab. Now, again, as I mentioned, you can integrate a bunch of your socials. These 6 leading socials are the ones that we prefer the most, which is Facebook, Instagram, GMB, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok. Now, I know I'm moving quickly, but hopefully you all can recognize these icons as they're so popular now. But I'm going to go over in this account, we've not connected them. In this one we have. So this is what the social planner looks like, right, when you're inside of it. And what you can do here is you can post to all of your socials again at the same time. So now you're getting those conversations from your socials in the same place here, and you're also able to post to them all at the same time. So for example, if I go here and I click on create new post, we can see here exactly what it's going to look like when I start to post. So let's say I've connected all of my socials. I can choose to post to all of them at once. Now, that's assuming it is compatible. So for example, Instagram, there must be a photo to be able to post to Instagram. That's one requirement there. But assuming that we're meeting the requirements of the social media that we're wanting to post on, we can post to all of them at the same time. So for example, I can say, thanks so much for joining us in the UpNet marketing webinar today. And here we can see how it's going to look on Facebook. If I want to add an image, I can do that. Same with on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. And we can even post a follow-up comment. A lot of times you'll see a business who's posted on a social and they're the first one to comment on it, maybe with an offer, a promotion, a reminder for those that you're working with, and you can do that here as well. So it is so important, again, to save yourself the time of not going to all these different socials individually. It can take hours to do it that way, guys. You need one place where you can do it all at the same time to be able to grow and really make yourself a presence in those areas. Now, one thing also that I love, just jumping around here a bit, is that when you do your marketing, of course, you need to be ready to sell or work with those that you're marketing to. So let's say that we are selling products. We love our 2-click invoicing, which allows us to send an invoice almost immediately because we need to be able to generate a sale when it arrives. Now, what you'd be presented here if you were to use it in our software is an invoice that's generated with your logo, maybe your address, your phone number. You can choose who to bill. You can choose exactly what product you want, or you can create a new one on the fly if it makes sense. You can add some kind of discount percentage, things like this that are really making your invoice unique and easy for every transaction are so important, right? You don't want to have a business and not be prepared to make a sell at any given time. So once we're done with this, we could hit the send button, or we could also do other things like recording the payment, and it will go out to either text or email where they can pay that invoice. So again, just to recap quickly what we've gone over so far is to have your contacts and your conversations in the same place. to then be able to market to all of your different channels at one time to save yourself that time when you're running your business. And then when business starts coming in, to be able to quickly generate revenue from that business, right? You want to be prepared immediately when that opportunity arises. So things that you can all set up here. Now, you might be saying this all still sounds a little bit manual to some degree, which is true. So we have automations built in as well. You might be wondering what an automation is. Now, we're not going to go too deep into them, though you could argue it is the largest part of our software. But automations are things that you should be doing. Maybe you're forgetting to do, or maybe you don't have the time to do. So we mentioned again how important it is to show your face to your clients time and time again. Let's say it's been 30 days or 60 days since you last heard from one of the people that you're working with. You want to nurture that lead. You want them to hear your business name. You want them to see an offer that might be enticing to them, or maybe to someone they know. So what we would do is we would build an automation, which we have here. Again, I'm not going to click into it. It might be a little too in depth here, but it's an automation where we have tagged them as someone we've not heard from in 30 or 60 days, and we will send them a message or a series of messages to remind them that we exist, that we have a business they were at one time interested in, and that they could again get a new offer from. This is one hugely underrated way to generate business, is to reach out to those you've already done business with, right? It doesn't have to all be new prospects that are the most difficult to acquire business from. A lot of times you want to do business with people that you've already worked with. So again, we are helping people to grow, and once they've grown, we want them to continue to benefit from that growth and that new business that they have brought on. Now, there are so many more things here. For example, when we send an invoice, there's an automation that'll send them a thank you email and a receipt when they complete their payment for that invoice, as well as a review request, things like that, right? We all know that we need reviews on Google to be able to climb the ranks and to show up before our competitors. So again, I'm about to hand it off to my partner here, but just to recap, we've gone over you need your contacts and your conversations in one place that is easy to manage. You want to be able to market to your different channels in one place that makes it, again, easy and saves you time because you have a business to run, right? These things should not take all of your time. And then finally, we have automations that are going to make it easy for you to know that things are taken care of. Your clients are not going to get forgotten about, and they will come back to you without that extra work of reaching back out to them. So again, there are so many things we could go through. We're limited on time. So I'm going to stop here and hand it off to Cody to tell you a little bit about generating fresh leads in a software like our own. So Cody, if you will.
Thank you, Bobby. All right. See if I can share screen. I might
Yeah,
need to
let
get
me
access
stop.
to. Thank you. Let's see. All right. Everything look good?
Yep, we can see.
All right. So, like Bobby mentioned, one of the easiest way to keep bringing in more leads is by marketing to your past customers, but that's not all you can do. And yeah, so what Pinnacle Suite offers is a couple different ways to bring in more leads. Everyone loves leads. We offer a couple different systems. I'm going to be starting with the B2B leads, which is right here. So depending on your niche, this may apply more to some than others, but for ours, we use it ourselves and use it to generate leads. So in our software, you're going to be able to come in and choose between 3 different types of searches. You have industry, people search, and single search. In the industry search, you're going to be able to search for your specific business that you're searching for and the location that you want to search in. For the people search, you're going to be able to search for certain people, whether that be right here, like an example, a web designer in Seattle. Or for the single search, you can put in any website and it'll pull leads from that website. If you're running a marketing campaign to them. So we can start jumping into a few of these and just run through some examples. So for the industry search, say we want to, let's see if it's going to load. So let's run a new search. Say we want real estate. If I could spell. Where is that? In Marietta. So that's where I'm at. All right. Go ahead and search. Takes a little bit, but here you can see that it pulls up real estate firms in Marietta. And yeah, so once you get these,
I have a question, Cody.
sure.
Go ahead, Mark.
Okay. Yeah. Where do you extract your data from?
Yeah, so this is all live data. It's not pulled from a database. So we're going in like at the moment and pulling this data live.
But are you extracting it from Google or?
Yeah, from Google. So straight from Google. So we go in, pull our data from Google, and if we come into here, it takes a little bit to pull the email address, but we go in and we find the best email address that, at least for us, gets the best response rates. So yeah, so let's see. But yeah, so it's from Google, and yeah, so this is the industry search. It's going to come in and we can revisit later once it populates its data. So yeah, if you're looking for real estate firms in Marietta, you can just come in and yeah, search for pretty much anything. So let's go into the people search. So we can do new search, can do, let's say we want to do real estate agents in New York. So it's going to, again, come in, pull live data, not from a database, and come in and find real data for you to market to. So this is our sort of take on cold email. And there are a lot of different platforms that you can do cold email on. But with our software, it gets, like I was mentioning, live data with the most up-to-date email address. You can get better response rates. So let me go into the last search, and then we can go back into how we use this data in our platform. So here's the people search, pulls it from LinkedIn. You can go in, just pull them up right here. There's real people, real estate agent in New York. But yeah, so this is good if you're searching for specific people you want to market towards instead of businesses. Now let's go into the single search. So one that Marisol and I had gone over a couple weeks ago is for Hogue. So let's see. I might have messed this up. Oh, I did. Okay. Well, we can create a new search. So let's see. New campaign. Let's do a single search. Demo. Create. Can put in a website. Can search for that website. And it's going to pull all emails related to that website. So say, like, for an example, one of our clients wanted to do a marketing campaign strictly for like a nearby hospital. So they can come in, put in the hospital's address, they can get all of the email addresses related to that hospital, and then they can do a marketing pitch towards them. Say, like, come in and you get a free sandwich or whatever that may be. And you may not get the CEO of this company, but you can definitely get some higher up people, development officer, director, community health. You can load more if you want to. So yeah, like an executive assistant if you want, HR, investigator. I don't know what role that is, but you can get a lot of different positions in here. So yeah, so once that's done, you can extract the email addresses, and through our tool, and doesn't have to be just our tool, but you can put it into a workflow to send them email campaigns. So let's go back and take a look at some of these other searches and see if they're done. So you can come into here and see this is performance real estate, and this is for the industry search. So it's going to come in and pull all of the email addresses it can find for that industry for you, get their position, their name, and all that good stuff. So it's going to come in and do that for all the ones you did. So sometimes you can't find email searches, but yeah, it does its best. But yeah, so this is for the industry search. We can next look at the people search, and did find some emails for them. And yeah, let's look what you do next. So once you have your client group that you want to market towards, you can either export it as a CSV, or you can upload it directly into the CRM. So once you do that, you can use other tools like Instantly or anything else like that. But we use our automations to send email marketing campaigns to these clients to nurture them and get them to, I guess, what is it called? Just lead them through a campaign to show them our services and show them our pitch and our offer. So yeah, so I don't know how many of you have actually done a lot of cold email campaigns, but with the AI boom coming out right now, it's definitely changed a lot of what's going on, where a lot of the like subject lines and intros can be hyper personalized per client. So for this, we have included ChatGPT into our software, where you can put in your own API key to start generating personalized content for your leads that you're reaching out to. So you'll be able to come in and select whichever one you want. You can generate a summary of that company. You can generate an intro for that company, which will be hyper personalized towards them. It's going to scan their website and generate an intro line for you, and it's going to generate a subject line. Same thing, it's going to scan their website, pick something out, and then generate a subject line, like hyper personalized for your lead. So that's a big way that you can stand out from a lot of these other cold email competitors, is by going that extra step and generating subject line and intro lines to stand out. So yeah, that's about it from there. Once you import into your CRM, we do it on a done for you type of way. So we give you a automation that you can import your leads into, which would it'd be over here in automations. But once you import them into automations, it's going to lead them through just a nurture campaign that you set up. And then if they seem interested, we use AI to monitor their response. And if they are, we'll let you know, and we'll pass off the lead to you. So that's our take on B2B marketing with cold email. And now our next set is for B2C emails or B2C marketing. So as many of you may know, Facebook marketing is probably one of the most profitable and, I guess, best ways to market your business. And we wanted to make that as easy as possible for you. So here in our Facebook marketing tab, what you'll be greeted with is just your campaign list and a new campaign, or let's say, so let's say you're a beauty and spa company. You can just come into here, and we'll be providing this, we'll provide you with ad sets to run for your company. So you come into here, say you're a tattoo parlor, you come in, choose template. All you need to do is choose your daily budget, your website, and the radius you market to, and just hit launch campaign. And that's really all you need to do Facebook marketing. All you need to do is provide your budget and it'll run from there. And since we're the ones providing you with your ad set and we can help you create it, but we've been using templates that are proven and tested. And for the most part, we'll have one for your industry. But yeah, all you need to do is set your budget and you can just start your campaigns. And these are really good ways to bring in new leads depending on your business. But yeah, so back to the template part. So based on your business, we'll be the ones monitoring your ads completely. So if anything's wrong, we'll go in and make changes to make sure you bring in as many leads as possible. And it's similar to the past leads that we were talking about with the B2B leads, is that once a lead signs up through your ad, they'll be automatically added into our system, Pinnacle Suite, and be led through nurturing campaigns that nurture and qualify the lead for you. And again, we've been using AI to great success in detecting the intent of that lead, if they're interested or not. And if they are, we'll be able to send them your way and let you know that you have a hot lead on the line. So yeah, that's about it for both of our lead generating softwares that we provide in Pinnacle Suite. Are there any questions about this? If not, can pass it back to Bobby. And
I have a question, Cody.
yeah, go for it.
For your B2C, do you have an example of the ad that would be
Yeah,
essentially generated?
sure. Oops. See if there's a better one in this account. So these are some that we've used for cleaning industries. They own a carpet cleaning service, and yeah, these are some of the templates that we give them, and you're able to choose which one you want, and we can monitor and see how those ads are doing, see if we need to swap it up or change any of the ad set.
Perfect, thank you.
Sure.
Now, what happens from these ads is you're able to choose where they go, right? So whether they go to your landing page of your choice, maybe the home page of your website, you could also choose if you want it to be a lead form where you collect their information like their name, their email, and their phone number, which again, if they fill out that form and they submit it, it goes straight into our software here where we start taking care of them immediately. So there are different ways to set up one of these campaigns and lead them to a certain place. We prefer the lead form method because once you have their information like their phone number, their email, and their name, you can start bugging them as a business, right? You can start marketing to them furiously, which is how you're able to get their business, right? They are seeing ads from so many different places so that if they can fill out this lead form and show their interest to you, we instantly consider them ready to start getting qualified as a lead and then sent to you in our software. So yeah, I think we're almost at 30 minutes, Marisol, so I don't want to go over by too much time.
I have one question. This is Larry.
Absolutely.
What do you sell your software to large organizations also?
We do. Yeah. So, of course, we are not only working with small businesses, we are working with those who are already growing and need a better way to organize that business as they continue to grow. So, we try not to limit who we're willing to work with, right? Of course, there are different solutions for different size companies that we like to explore on, on individual calls, but we are willing to work with just about anybody who can benefit from our services. I see we have two more questions. Yeah, go ahead.
So what is your business model? Is it a subscription-based service?
It is. So we have multiple subscription-based plans depending on your needs. So again, for those who are smaller businesses, we have plans that are a little bit cheaper. They're typically in the $200 to $400 a month range. So that's in general our pricing point. Now, we've made a deal with Marisol for anyone that we work with here in this webinar. We will be giving you a special price that is cheaper than what you might find on our website, which is not always having all of our plans anyway, right? So we are very unique in the way that we work with each of our businesses depending on their needs, but we do work on a subscription-based model. That's right.
And I have one follow-up question.
Mhm.
So this data that you're collecting, who owns it, you or us?
Of course, it's your data. So while we have access to that data because of the nature of the software, you can rest assured it's protected within our CRM. We've never had a breach or anything like that. And of course, we ask all of our clients to adhere by the data laws. So for example, cold SMS is not legal in a lot of states. So depending on where you are, we ask that you don't do cold SMS without consent from your contacts already and things like that. But as far as the management of the data, that is all your own. So once you are in our software, you can be assured we're not touching your data and neither is anybody else.
We have one more question, Amelia.
Yeah, I see the hand raised. Thank you for your patience, Amelia.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I really like your software. It reminds me of a software that we're currently using, but it doesn't have what you guys are providing with the Facebook ads. And I'm wondering how else it might compare in other ways. This seems like a combination of softwares like Streak, Apollo, and a Facebook campaign type software. Will you be integrating phone numbers of leads that you can search as well as email?
Yes, of course. So in the contacts tab that we had gone over just at the very beginning, when, for example, you get a lead from Facebook or from one of these lead generation campaigns here, they will be imported directly into that contacts area in the software where you can either search the source that they came from, you can search their name if you have it in mind, their phone number, and things like that. So, of course, when we run campaigns, we want to make sure we're collecting that information and putting it right here for you so that none of it slips through the cracks. And it's true, we are similar to other softwares like you mentioned. The goal for us is to not have you paying $50 for this software and $100 for this one and $75 for this one. We want it to all be in the same place for you, that it's so easy to take care of, and you've just got the one subscription to manage, right? So there's nothing you forget about, there's nothing that slips through the cracks, and you don't have to have all these different softwares that maybe you don't use after a while, right? So it's true, we are similar to others, but we try to be an all-in-one solution that they do not provide.
So I just had a quick fill in. Amelia, did you mean in the lead software or just in general for the phone number?
Yeah, so when you were searching, the real estate people in Marietta, that you were doing the companies, but then when you went into search real estate agents in New York, it just pops up with their email address. I'm curious if you are planning to add the function of being able to get their cell phone number from that search as well.
So as of now, the main focus is for emails. So for the people search, like you see, it's mostly based on LinkedIn. So we search their LinkedIn page and pull their email address if it's available, and their phone number if it's available as well. And like you see in the industry search, we have their email and phone number along with the single search. We're able to pull their phone number as well. And with our software, we set up, at least the ones that we're using right now, is we're able to tell or run them through separate campaigns depending on if they have an email or a phone number. So if they have an email but not a phone number, we run them through an email campaign and we can track that, like everything I said earlier. But if they do have a phone number, we can lead them through a separate campaign, whether that be doing like we can set up a call center type of scenario where you set it through and it'll just bulk dial all these numbers just in a row. So you can bulk dial them, or if you want to text them, if you got consent, like Bobby was mentioning, you need to abide to the SMS laws that keep, getting piled onto us. Or let's say, like, if you want to do a voicemail drop campaign, you can do that as well. So it really depends. But like I mentioned, we are mostly focused on email addresses, but it can still focus or pull phone numbers for you.
Mhm.
But as of now, it's focused on emails, but maybe in the future we'll be adding more
Right.
focus on phone numbers as well.
As just a quick note, if you are using something like Apollo for your data, you can import that data to the software in the context tab. So if you have a list already that is existing or a software service where you are using their leads already, but you want the rest of what's here in Pinnacle Suite, like the automations, the marketing, things like that, then do know you can use data from wherever you have it, and you can import it in bulk into our software as well. So don't feel limited to just this, because you can, of course, use your existing data that you may have from other sources as well.
Appreciate it, guys. We are going to move to the networking. If you guys have more questions, please drop them in the chat box. What I'll do with those questions, if they pop up in the next couple minutes, I will send them off to Cody to answer on their platform. And they do have a Facebook website, and I could share that all information on my social media as well. So that way everybody, could check their stuff and also connect with each other.
I will also send our website link in the chat as well. So if you guys want to reach
Perfect.
out, well, you can do that also. Thank you, Marisol.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. That was really good information. I know I appreciate the CRM, and definitely the lead generation is one of the tools that a lot of business seek after. I've come across a lot of clients that have spent thousands and thousands of dollars getting those lists that sometimes don't even work. And so I appreciate that portion of that CRM that they've been able to bring to us. So if you have more questions, I'm more than happy to answer that after or during the consultation, or you're more than welcome to reach out to Cody directly. So thank you, guys. And I'm going to try to not cut it short. If you guys are good with timing, who needs to go right now? Everybody still good? Okay. All right. So Mary, can you introduce who you are? And the reason I'm giving her the platform is she is a new business owner. So I want to give her the opportunity to have the platform for a minute. I am going to time everyone to give everybody equally a chance to share. Go ahead, Mary.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mary. I have been with Sass and Frass Boutique for 3 months now. We have multiple different products. Our main thing, I actually have one sitting here, is our 20-ounce tumblers. Yes, not working with the background. But they are amazing, I will say. They keep your drinks hot when you need them hot for at least 4 or 5 hours, and cold clear into the next day. We are completely free to join. We are constantly on Facebook, marketing out to everybody and just trying to get new reps and selling our products ourselves. Our CEOs have been doing their company for 9 years, and in that time, the main CEO that makes all of our products actually came down with cancer, and she kept going, and her dream was to keep going with the business.
Thank you, Mary. And let's see if, let me give you the platform, Amelia. Amelia is from Kind. She will be our next guest speaker in October. I will share that information on an email and forward it to you guys after our conclusion. So go ahead, Amelia.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much, Marisol. Thank you as well, Cody and Bobby. That was an amazing presentation. Your software is incredible. And I come from a company called Kind. Next month, our CEO, West Jones, will be talking. He comes from a long background and history of marketing. He started with a marketing agency way back when, and he started Kind about 10 years ago. We're a team of 60 writers, and we just do content creation and content utilization services for the clients that want us to write for them. We can utilize that content through syndication and media placement, that kind of thing, social media. But essentially, we focus on writing optimized and published web pages for you, and blogs and social media campaigns, newsletters as well. I look forward to talking to you next month. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Amelia. So if you guys want to hear more on Kind, please come back in October and we'll send you the invite. Next, we have Mary. She has booked our November as guest speaker. Mary, go right ahead. You got 2 minutes.
Hi, it's Mari. And
Mari.
Mari Mitchell, it's okay. My name is Mari Sol also. And I'm a certified life and relationship coach. I help people really tune into their intuition to do whatever it is they want in life, whether it be business or personal, whether it be romance or creating a new business, whatever it is. I'm also a radio show host. I have my own radio show called Dare to Be Authentic, where I love to promote people, business owners like you. And I'm always looking for people who have an authentic story to tell to feature on my show. And I'm also have a small publishing company where I publish my Dare to Be Authentic books of contributing authors. And I'm currently looking for 2 more authors for my newest book coming out end of November called Dare to Be Authentic, Feeling Worthy. And it's great. Thank you so much, Marisol, for inviting me. And it's great to be here with you today.
Thank you, Mari. I will practice on that. I'll have to call you Tocaya. It's a Spanish word for when you have the same name as the other person. It's yeah, I don't know how to translate that word. I have to look it up. All right, guys. Who else wants to go next? I will give you guys 2 minutes to the brave soul who wants to go next. Mark? You're on mute, Mark.
Okay.
There
Yes,
you go.
so
Awesome.
I'm a chiropractor. I am based in Buena Park, California. I specialize in sports injuries, but I do a lot of med-legal stuff. I'm a QME, which means that I perform qualified medical evaluations of injured workers for the DWC. But I also have a private practice, you know, and to this date, I would say probably 60% is still internal referrals. So obviously internal marketing is quite important. Of course, I do other types of marketing. After all, I have been voted the best chiropractor in Orange County, according to the LA Times. But I think that you need to make sure that there is still that personal touch. And I guess AI can help you, you know, when you formulate your campaigns. But at this point in time, I've noticed a lot of the AI literature that I've seen is pretty much cookie cutter. It does still feel artificial, but I'm presume that, you know, as there's progression, it will become a little bit more natural. Yeah. And of course, with writers, right? You actually write, correct? Yeah. So with you, I'm sure you'll probably use AI as to help you, but you still need that human touch. Don't forget that. Okay, that's all.
No, we appreciate those comments, Mark, because that is one of the things that, as a AI user, uh, like I said, there's certain prompts that will bring out more. My approach is typically write the piece first, get your personality into the piece, have AI as a backup to check your spelling, your grammar, maybe slightly change the tone. But yeah, you're absolutely right. There is a lot of cookie cutter AI where it's not even thought process, and there it goes. So you have to fish out for it. And for that reason, this is why I'm having these webinars, to help you guys understand what's out there. And also on social media, there's a lot of scams. So we might be talking about that maybe in the next webinar. I want to say maybe into November. So I definitely want to bring that to the table. Anybody else wants to take the floor for 2 minutes?
I'll do it.
All right, Larry, go for it.
Yeah, my name is Larry Boshi. I'm an engineer, display engineer. When I say display, it'd be all your cell phone, your monitor, your TV set. And we have a society called Society for Information Display. It's a worldwide organization. We have about 8,000 members around the world. But I am the chair for the Los Angeles chapter. But Los Angeles chapter goes from Santa Barbara to San Diego. And our product is a networking bi-monthly meeting where we used to be in person, and now we've done most of it in by webinars recently. So our market is all of the U.S. and maybe Asia for this networking. And we have a one-day conference in February, and we have 6 speakers. It's a one-day product, but we need marketing. And our internal marketing people are in the dark ages, and we need people to change what I've learned is you have to change the subject line, you have to change every time you send out an email, it has to be different, and you have our marketing people are afraid of people opting out of the email list. So that's the problems we're having. That's my interest in marketing right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. We should talk after. All right, who wants to go next? And give me 1 second. We have a question. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Amelia. Appreciate that. We got 2 more minutes on that clock again. You want me to volunteer you, Tracy? Sure, you.
Sure, thanks, Marisol.
You're welcome.
My name's Richard Tracy, or Dick Tracy. I'm an independent health insurance broker with USA Benefits Group. It's a national brokerage. I am licensed in a whole bunch of states, right, for a whole dozens and dozens of different insurance carriers. And what I really like to do, that I'm passionate about, is educating people on how to navigate the healthcare industry and take advantage of their health insurance, and how the two correlate. I used to work for a medical provider for 5 years, and I had a patient customer base, and it was interesting to see how much people end up having to pay when they use their health insurance, and without having that knowledge to shop for your healthcare properly and how everything works. That's where people end up paying an unnecessary, ungodly amount of money. And it's simple as where you go. Like I use Mike the mechanic, where if your car breaks down and you need to get it fixed, you take it to a repair shop and drop it off, and then you call Mike 2 weeks later and you ask him what the estimate is, and he says that, well, we fixed it and you owe $10,000 and you have to pay it, or you'll be in debt and it's going to hurt your credit. You're going to pay it, right? So it's the same way that Americans use their health insurance. You go in having no idea what services are going to cost, and then you got a bill for thousands of dollars. And so I like to educate folks to give power back to the customer, and like I say all the time, I'm a passionate, crazy person about it. So that's what I do. Thank you. You're muted though.
Quick question for you. I know you're licensed now in California. What other states do you cover?
So currently California, Texas, Florida, Arizona, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio, New York. I'm in Buffalo, go Bills. But California was the hardest state with the fingerprints. So any state somebody needs help, simple as buying the license at this point. Takes a couple days.
Awesome. Thank you. Bill, you want to take the platform for 2 minutes?
Sure, I'll do that. Hello, my name is Bill Hatch. I'm a podcaster, among other things. I'm also a leadership guide. I produce podcasts under the banner of Bald Spots Productions each week, promoting Christian values, presenting leadership, sales, and marketing thought leaders, and having fun interviews and roundtables each and every week on the podcasts YWL Online and Not Quite After Midnight. Life's been absolutely bonkers because I just moved from Orange County down there in Santa Ana out to a little town in southeastern Missouri called Malden. I keep my finger in California though, because that's always been home, and I can't imagine it ever not being that in my heart. But I've started posting new episodes again, and in spite of the craziness. I happen to be looking for businesses and individuals who would like to support my programs. Sponsorship opportunities start at just $5. And depending on how much you want to spend, we have many rewarding and interesting opportunities for our sponsors. And I'm also looking to exchange appearances with other podcasters. You can also find, I'm going to put my Facebook page for Bald Spots in the chat. So you can find the links to be a guest if you have an interesting story to tell, or can tell a boring story in an interesting way. I'd be happy to have you. That's it.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Bill just reminded me, yes, please feel free to use the chat bubble window to share your links. That way, at the end of this session, you could save the whole chat and take that information with you and slap it into ChatGPT and reorganize your notes, because that's what I'm going to do after this. So I know I have Adriana. Adriana, did you want to say something? Not sure, she's just listening today. And Larry, did your guest want to mention anything? Can you introduce us to your guest?
I don't know. Is Bob still here? I can't see him. So
I still see him here. Yes.
yeah, okay. We're in the same organization. Yeah, we're marketing. Yeah, we're marketing a networking one-day event. So that's an annual event that. So we're looking for display engineers as well as entrepreneurs and people like that. So
awesome. I appreciate that. Well, we definitely need to talk, because I am creating an employment section within my vast of other projects on there. All right, guys. So I think this brings it to a conclusion. Let me spin the wheel real quickly. This is something that is new to me that I've never tried. So I want to definitely test it with my platform before pitching it to other clients' platforms. So let me share our little window. Can you guys see the spin wheel?
Yes.
I see.
All right. I don't know whose name that was yet, so don't worry. All right, we're gonna refresh this because it's been sitting in the background. And this is my website. Feel free to come and visit for updates, and our updated flyers will be in there, as well as our forms. Everybody see the spin wheel? So I added everybody in there who is, or who was anticipated to come. If they are not here, they do not win. No way. Okay, So Ruben was gonna be here. He's not here. We're sorry, Ruben.
We need some kind of drum roll for this, no?
Definitely. Oh, Albert. Albert is here. He wants a $25 Starbucks gift certificate, and I got one more to give away. Oh, David B. Oh, I'm so sorry. I got a text from him earlier. Mary takes it. So there's our two winners, Albert and Mary. Thank you guys so much. That was actually pretty fun. I didn't think I was going to have a lot of fun in that. And that kind of brings us to our conclusion. If you guys, again, have any other questions, I'm going to just take the chat information and save that, which I'm going to do right now before I forget. If somebody could save that for me, because I can't see the window. Bill, can you save the chat for me? Awesome, thank you. All right, so that concludes our presentation, and I just have a little video to say goodbye. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Marisol.
Thank you,
Oh.
everyone. Much appreciated.
So.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks. I'll get that chat emailed off to you right away.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Hi, everyone.